Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All, where I feel like we might be on the brink of cracking this whole thing open. It feels like a well-timed contradiction might cause the whole charade to fall down. I don't know, there might be more to it, but we definitely are getting somewhere. So here we go, it's another testimony from Eenie Miney. Like, the side room was like kinda dark, you know? So like, the costume is like purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Okay, that's kind of weird.
Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Like, thanks, Gramps?
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright?
No, we are not satisfied.
Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness.
Okay, so... Something about this doesn't make sense. Like, she's being far too sort of blasé about it all. There's no way your reaction would be like that, right? Like, the side room was like kind of dark, you know. I mean, that's not actually the case at all. We've been in there. Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Miss Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Like, okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, like, the costume is like purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. I mean, you could make that case it was dark, but it wasn't dark. You didn't see the blood. Like, yeah. But... she must have had the gun with her at that time as well. That's, Are you gonna tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face. Continue. I mean, we're just gonna skip over the fact that she couldn't answer that question. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. I mean, that's just a jumble of words and doesn't make any sense to me. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at that time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. And you know that how? But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologise to Miss Morgan. Apologise to Miss Morgan? Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When you were in the side room, were going to the crime scene, arrived at the crime scene. Huh, okay. I mean, in the side room, I'm guessing she's probably not really going to be able to say much about that because that's what we've been asking anyway, what happened in the side room. Well, going to the crime scene might be interesting because we don't really know about that period of time. We know about what happened supposedly when they were in the side room. We know about what would have happened, sort of, when they arrived at the crime scene. I might go for this centre option because I feel like there's a big blank spot in the story and the timeline there. So I want to ask that. I'm talking about when you would go into the channeling chamber, of course, because she may have then, you know, said something else to Eenie, which might cause her to contradict herself. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Let's press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. She's avoiding something. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important?
It's very important, it's not that important. I mean, it is very important, because I want it to be. Nobody doesn't ask why. I ask because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. I'm literally morphing into Phoenix at this point.
Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Like, I don't get why, but okay. Because we're trying to trap you with your own words, that's why. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. Try to remember that time. Oh, like, I remember, like, I totally didn't see anyone on the way. Okay, so I think we're going to have to prove that maybe she did as a contradiction. I guess this really is a dead end. Or maybe not. Something you finally pull out of witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial, I know. We have to give it another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Okay. So, I think it's going to hinge on that additional statement that we just got her to make. So, do we have anything that can prove that there was somebody they would have come across on the journey back? Maybe Pearl. I'm just trying to think what the timeline was here. So, this is after the murder has occurred. She went to the side room, supposedly, woke up Eni, or they had a conversation. Eni then took her back to the meditation chamber, channeling chamber, to apologise to Morgan for some reason. I don't know why they were apologising to Morgan, but whatever. So, the only person she could really have run into at this point, given where everyone else is, I think is Pearl. Because Pearl was playing with the ball. She was playing with it at the time of the murder. She then broke the urn, tried to glue it back together, but has done it in the wrong way. And then she found the key in the incinerator. So, would Pearl to go from the side room back to the meditation room and channeling chamber, you'd have to go through the winding way, which is where Pearl broke the urn and was playing with the ball. So they probably would have had to pass Pearl as long as she didn't go somewhere else. Do we have like any recollection of Pearl's movements? It doesn't really say there, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that Pearl must have been around there because she had the key. And she was playing around near the incinerator and broke the urn. So I wonder if she would have had to come across Pearl. So like the costume is persuaded sister didn't right, and then didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. Okay, I think the only thing I can imagine could be an issue here. I just want to press this again to see if there's a clue. Try to remember that time. I remember like I totally didn't see anyone on the way. Now, the other thing about that is that it's a very odd thing to say. So we asked for her recollection of what happened between leaving the side room and getting back to the channeling chamber, and the only thing she could say about that was that she totally didn't see anyone else along the way. I mean, surely if you're saying that, you probably did see somebody, because I imagine otherwise you'd just be like, yeah, we went back to the channeling chamber in silence, or, you know, we talked about X, Y, or Z, or, you know, my sister seemed strange. Yes, that you would make some sort of comment about that, not, oh, I didn't see anyone on the way. So I think that's where we're going to go with this. I just don't know whether we want to present Pearl's ball or whether we present Pearl herself. I mean, there's nothing on the bio to suggest that we want to present Pearl, but I think if we present the ball, I mean, it does say that she was playing with this at the time of the murder, it seems. So, but if we present the ball, are we saying that the ball proves that she ran into someone else. I wonder if... I'll tell you what, I'm going to present Pearl's profile. If this doesn't work, then I'll present the ball. We've got full health, so I think we can risk it. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that's impossible. Yeah, I think we might have got this right. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting, you have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the centre garden. The garden? Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have had to seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? No! You like to see her face through the hat. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. I love that word. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish... There's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Okay, so... do we want to present, like, the map here? I wonder if we want to present the map. Just to prove that you would have to go through the winding way. What else could it be? Could be the map. The floor plans are of the crime scene, so that's not going to help us. I mean, there is Pearl's, the sacred urn, and the ball. I mean, we could say the urn because of where the urn is located. But I don't know that we can prove that she was fixing the urn at the time. So I'm going to present the floor plans. Or the guide map. Just under the situation of saying she would have to leave the side room and go through winding way. So would have to pass. But I might be wrong. But like I said before, we've got full health, so... Oops, silly me. Slip of the finger. Okay, we got that wrong.
Mr. Wright, you need to keep control of that finger of yours.
Alright, we only lost 1 health. We're good. As I thought, this is the wrong piece of evidence. Okay, so it's not that. Ah! An irresponsible lawyer has no place in court. I suggest you go home. Maybe we get whipped for doing that. Ow. So it's come down to a blunt go home. Don't overthink this. All you need to do is remember what happened yesterday. There's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Okay, so maybe it is what I was thinking before then, that it's the urn? I guess? What else? I just want to make sure. I mean, there's the key. I don't think it's going to be the key. I mean, it's got to be the urn or the ball, I think. Let's go for the urn, although I'm sort of getting a bit worried that we're... Oh, let's just do it. This urn is my proof. Okay, we might have got it. An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it, that's why. Okay, I should have presented that before, and I second-guessed myself, but never mind.
She broke the urn.
Yo! Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. Ah! And Pearl was the one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Okay, yeah. What?! Miss Miney? Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. Ah!
Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? Yeah, I guess so. There is no way. I mean, the problem is if we say there is no way, then we're going to need to prove it. But if we say, yeah, I guess so, it undermines us. So we're going to have to say there is no way. And again, hope we can pull something out the bag. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here.
A contradiction? Where is this contradiction?
It's in her testimony just now. It's in the evidence. Help me, Mia! I kind of want to do help me, Mia, but I don't think that's going to be the right one somehow. Alright, so can we prove that it's in the evidence that she wasn't asleep? I mean, I don't know if we can, honestly. Do we have anything? License photo? No. We could make the case that she was in the clothing box, but I honestly don't know that we've got the evidence for that just yet. So I wonder if we do say it's in her testimony. Let's do it. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true at the time that both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? How? I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. Yeah, but how did she know that unless she was in there? However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the Winding Way. What?
But look at the Manor Guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the Winding Way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honour. Which is why I ask this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney. So now is the time to prove it. Okay.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer.
Okay. Where was the witness when the murder took place? I mean, there's only one place that she could have been. In the channeling chamber, right? I don't see how it could be anywhere else. Miss Miney was here, of course, and I think now this might be the part where we get to present the box, the clothes box, because obviously the follow-up question here is going to be, well, how could she have been in the channeling chamber if no one saw her in there? And then we can say that the box was a hiding place, I suppose.
What? But that's the channeling chamber.
Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime.
Order. That's why that is. What?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started.
Yes, that's correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Okay, so I suppose the question is, where would the box have been? This is awkward now because I don't actually know where the box would have been in the room. I'm trying to think if we saw the box in the room when we were in there, and I don't think that we did. So The only place I can think of is there's the bullet hole in the box. There's also the bullet hole in the screen. Because the gun was fired this way, right? And it went through the screen, and we know it also at some point went through the box. I don't recall seeing the box around this area. We did look behind the screen, and apparently it was too dark to see anything, so it's entirely possible it was behind the screen. Eni came out, murder took place, gun was fired this way, into the box. Obviously, if Eni was in the box when that shot was fired, she would have got hit, so she wouldn't have been in the box. So I'm actually going to say it was somewhere back here. And hope. Here, of course.
Behind the folding screen.
Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, Slimeball. Well, her personality's changing, isn't it?
No, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying.
Shut it, Gramps. As if you know exactly how old I am.
I'm sorry.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Boom! Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. But guys, that is where we're going to leave it because we're out of time, I'm afraid. So we'll see her reaction and everything else that happens in the next one. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Paul from Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paul Leone, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, Adventure Game Geek, and Megan. And I'll see you next time.